Hey guys, today we're going to look at how to play Cyber Dragon. This deck isn't as clear to play as a lot of other decks out there. If you don't know what to do, the decks just seem pretty bad when really it's not. Your first move is probably going to be a normal summon Cyber Dragon Core. When it's normal summoned, you can search for a Cyber Spell or Trap and add it to your hand. If your opponent controls a monster or you don't control any monsters, you can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon a Cyber Dragon from your deck. Be careful not to use a special summon effect and then normal summon another one. For example, if you banish him from your graveyard to special summon Cyber Dragon, if you normal summon a second core, what's going to happen is you won't be able to search because you've already used one of core's effects the turn. This is Cyber Dragon Drei. When he's normal summon, you can make all Cyber Dragons you control level 5, but you only special machine type monsters for that turn. When this card is banished, you can select what Cyber Dragon you control. It cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects this turn. And unlike Core, he can use both of those effects multiple times a turn. His protection effect is after a chain. So let's say you have Cyber Network face down, and your opponent plays Dark Hole, and you banish Drei to protect the Cyber Dragon. Dark Hole is still going to destroy your monsters because Drei happens after a chain. Both Core and Drei are treated as Cyber Dragon while in the field or in your graveyard. This is Cyber Repair Plant. If there's a Cyber Dragon in your graveyard, you can activate one of these effects. If there are 3 more, you can activate these effects one after another. Add one light machine type monster from your deck to your hand, or you can select one machine type monster in your graveyard and shuffle it into the deck. You can use the second effect on your fusion monsters to put them back in the fusion deck, or to put Cyber Dragon Nova back in the extra deck. Cyber Network. If Cyber Dragon is on the field, you can banish one light machine type monster from your deck. You can do this once per turn during either the player's turn. This card is destroyed during your third standby phase after activation. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, special summon as many as possible banish machine light type monsters. Destroy all spell trap cards you control when you special summon the monsters. You cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. Those monsters can activate their effects. So, normal summon Core and use Core to get Cyber Repair Plant from your deck to your hand. And then you can use Cyber Repair Plant to search out another Core if something happens. If something does happen, you should search for another Core next turn before you do anything else. Then use the Core in your graveyard to bring out a Cyber Dragon from your deck. If you already have Cyber Repair Plant in your hand or a Cyber Dragon Drei in your hand, you can search for Cyber Network instead with Cyber Dragon Core. So normal summon the Core, use the search effect, get Cyber Network, set Cyber Network. Don't set too many spell traps because if your opponent destroys your Cyber Network, it's going to take all your other spell traps with it. When they go to attack, you can activate Cyber Network and banish Cyber Dragon Drei. Cyber Dragon Drei is banished, so you can use an effect to protect the Core from being destroyed by battle or card effects that turn. Next turn, you can normal summon Drei from your hand and use the effect to make all Cyber Dragons you control become level 5. Overlay, you have Cyber Dragon Nova. You can use the combo offensively too. So if you had Cyber Dragon on the field, you could banish with Cyber Network, then use Drei's effect, use Drei to protect your Cyber Dragon, and then once you use Drei's effect to protect Cyber Dragon, play Dark Hole. Remember, don't play Dark Hole and then chain Cyber Network. That won't work. You have to use Cyber Network first to banish Drei, then when Drai's resolved, to play Dark Hole. And your Cyber Dragon will be protected from Dark Hole's effect. Destroy Cyber Network on your opponent's turn so you can attack with the swarm of monsters you banished on your own turn. Cyber Network will only stop you from attacking if it's destroyed on your turn. It won't do anything if it's destroyed on your opponent's turn. You'll just get those monsters for free. So something like Mystical Space, Typhoon, and Malevolent Catastrophe when you feel you have enough. This is Cyber Dragon Nova. You can banish Cyber Dragon from your hand or side of the field down this card gain 2100 attack. Remember that Core and Drei are treated as Cyber Dragon when they're on your side of the field. You can attach one material special summon a Cyber Dragon from your graveyard. So you can use Cyber Dragon Nova to bring back a Drei or a Core from your graveyard And if Cyber Dragon Nova is destroyed by the opponent's card effect, you can special summon one Cyber Fusion monster from your extra deck. So if he's destroyed, you'll special summon Cyber End Dragon, who has 4,000 attack. Your structure deck came with Cyber Twin Dragon. I don't recommend running that. I recommend just running End, because End is so big. You could special summon Cyber Dragon. You should special summon Cyber Dragon first, and then use Instant Fusion. Because this will also work if you normal summon Cyber Dragon Drei and use Drei's effect to make it level 5. Instant Fusion allows you to bring out a level 5 or lower fusion from your fusion deck. So bring out Saurus. You can overlay, and you'll have an instant Cyber Dragon Nova that way too. Cyber Saurus can also be special summoned by Nova in case Bujins have banished all your Cyber End Dragons, or something like Prohibitions on the field, and the opponent decided to be tricky and call Cyber End. A lot of people don't like running Instant Fusion in this deck, or some people say not to. I recommend it, especially with Cyber Saurus, because it's good for multiple things. Now, Cyber Network won't allow you to attack if it's destroyed on your turn, and sometimes it will be. So, have backup plans. Something like Gear Gain X, you can bring out 2 Cyber Dragon Dreis, then use Gear Gain X to search out a machine type that you need, and or Volcasaurus, so you can blow up an opponent's monster, deal on damage, or Pallades, or something along those lines. Just have some backup Xyz monsters. Overlord Fusion can allow for a come-behind victory. With Overload Fusion, you can bring out Chimera Tech Over Dragon. He's Cyber Dragon plus 1 or more machine-type monsters. When this card is fusion summoned, it gains 800 attack and defense for every monster used to fuse it. It can attack your opponent's monsters up to the number of fusion monsters you use to fusion summon it. You will send every other card you control to the graveyard on the field. Not your hand. Just the cards on your field will go to the graveyard when Chimera Tech comes out. This card is the bane of your existence. It's Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. You don't need Polymerization to fuse summon. Send all our monsters from either side of the field to the graveyard instead. So, the thing is that if you have Cyber Dragon and Cyber Dragon Nova out, your opponent can send both those to the graveyard to get this out of their extra deck right away. You can pack one too, and it can be a double-edged sword. Like, if something got hit with Phoenix Chain on your side of the field, and you just want to go for game, you could normal summon anything from your deck that's low enough and treat it as Cyber Dragon, and then make this guy. But it's usually going to be used against you. It gets 1,000 attack for every card used for Fusion Summon, and it can't be used as a Fusion Summon itself. Thanks for watching. What deck should I do next?